Hey everybody, welcome to Camp James. This is our 23rd episode. I really appreciate everybody who tunes in every 1st and 15th of the month to watch the episodes. Hey, I hope everybody enjoyed our last episode with our special guest Ludacris. I know a lot of different sneakerheads had their own opinions, but it was definitely fun, man. I like hearing other people's opinions, no matter if you are a young sneakerhead, older, celebrity, athlete, whoever you are. We have a special guest for you guys once again later on. And right now, let's get into the sneakers. Camp James. So without further ado, the first shoe that I'm going to get into comes from a special shop here in my city, Atlanta. It's called Kicks ATL. It's located at 275 Peter Street. Shout out to the whole staff, my boy Sosay, Stevie, Newton, my boy Chris, everybody. Sharina, everybody that works there. Fly. Hey man, shout out to Kicks. They just did their first collab shoe and they definitely shot me a pair to show you guys. Right here. Let's get into the box. You know how I feel about packaging. Definitely. You know how I feel about packaging. First of all, I want to say to my boy Sosay, killed the design for this. You know, this is Atlanta. Georgia peaches all day. You know, the peaches are our thing. You know, so you got the peach. On the outside, it's like a basket of peaches. Definitely. And if you don't know, like the Feli is a shoe that definitely did its thing out here in Atlanta. Feli, if you're from Atlanta, stands for Forever I Love Atlanta. Shout out to Trioville, Scrappy, they put that on the map a long time ago. So it's just really cool to see them take that whole aesthetic from the past, bring it to the future, and you know, we do something good for the city. Like I said, I really am proud of my friends who are able to have their own shoes. Shout out to my boy, first it was my boy Frank at Wish. He did those Adidas SL loops, the $2 bill ones. And now my boy Sosay at Kicks ATL, like I said, on 275 Peter Street, with the first look at these original Felis. You already know. So let's go take a look inside. Boom. Other side out. See, just got these. Got some things to talk about with this one. It's a really good shoe. Really good shoe. Classic Felis, as you know. Classic. Inside's really dope inside. I have to show you guys the inside. Have to. As you can see, Forever I Love Atlanta. Right there on the back. Hey man, it's a good shoe. It's a good shoe. Good shoe. The insole is the peach to match the box. Definitely. Super dope. Super, super dope. Green inside is green leather too, by the way. Like the pits at the top, stems. Top. Stem of the peach. Definitely. Got a little speckled red bottom, you know, like when you bite into the peach, the inside. A little speckled red bottom around the sole. Green accents at the bottom to match the green on the inside. The green on the Feli side. Another dope aspect of it. Show you on this side here. I love when people really go in. When you do a collab, like I always say, you have to kill the collab. Because what's the sense of doing it? I mean, anybody can get by just doing anything. But I mean, I feel like when you really take the time to put into your collab for your store, it pays off the best, definitely. So like I said, the name of the boutique is Kicks.
Fantastic.
ATL, so it's definitely took the Feli side, put the Kicks right here on the tongue. Really dope, man. Really dope, really dope. The things that went into the shoe, whether it's a clean suede material, like soft butter suede. And then last but not least, these dope laces. These dope ultimate laces with the peaches all over them. I definitely be rocking mine with these laces in it. Definitely.
Fantastic.
Okay, our classic Kicks ATL Felis, the Georgia Peaches. Hey man, these come out very, very soon, like the 18th. You have to get them here in Atlanta, hopefully, and maybe some other retailers. but it's definitely a good cop, especially if you're from Atlanta. Moving on. So all the different brands that we got. We're going to Adidas. Nothing too crazy. I was in my local Champs not too long ago, and man, these were really cool to me, man. Crazy 8 Kobe Adidas. You already know this is my favorite Kobe model, almost next to probably the Kobe 8, the Nike Kobe 8, but with Adidas, this is one of the top shoes. You know what I mean? That gum bottom already had me sold. The Florida State colorway, really dope, really nice. I mean, it could be Florida State, it really could be USC, it could be so many different ones. Just a clean shoe. I picked it up, I really like a good shoe to hoop in. You know what I'm saying? Nice outfit shoe if you have, you know, some old vintage Florida State apparel maybe. Definitely, man. That gum bottom definitely is a winner. Definitely is a winner. Adidas Kobe 8s, the USCs or the Florida States, according to whichever school you like better. Moving into the world of Nike. So, like I said, we just shout out to my friends at Fila, shout out to my friends at Adidas. Moving in to one of my favorite brands, Nike. My birthday wasn't too long ago, and I want to give a big shout out to Private Stock Gallery based out of Detroit, ran by my boy Chris Smokes. And he came in town not too long ago in Atlanta and brought me a gift for my birthday, the 04 Nike Olympic Ducks. This is when this was the Summer Olympics in Athens, I think, for the USA team. Really dope show. I always really wanted this shoe just because it was gold. Even before the music, I've always been a fan of gold. I mean, it's a simple shoe. It's not an SB. You would think it was an SB, but it's just a really good Nike Dunk. I know, I mean, if you are still a Nike Dunk fan, not just a Nike SB Dunk, but a Nike Dunk fan, definitely comment in the comments below, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, show love to the Nike Dunks because, I mean, it's some good ones out there. Definitely. These days, they're not really that hot because the kids are on other things. But, I mean, when I was coming up, just in general, Nike Dunks definitely has always been a top tier shoe. Really good. It's just they ran away from the concepts and just started making anything. But all in all, there's still some good ones out there, and this is definitely one of them to me, or whatever. Nike Olympic Dunks. I really like this gold speckle they got down here at the bottom of the sole. This black midsole going around kind of really puts it all together to me. The black strings, black inside, black little pull tab in the back, black midsole, clean, straight to the point shoe. Nike Olympic Dunk. Definitely. Thank you, Private Stock Gallery. Thank you, Chris Smokes. Make sure you give them a follow on Instagram. Really dope individual. Very exclusive store based out of Detroit. Moving forward to the world of Nike. The Nike Air Max Plus, the 10s. I know that for my older cats, you can remember, like this is like 98, if I'm not mistaken. I remember when this shoe really hit Atlanta, at least by storm. It had like an orange colorway. I remember this colorway. Shout out to my local Champs once again. I seen these on the shelves. I was like, wow, this took me back. I never had to grab these. Very comfortable shoe, I will say. I couldn't afford them back in the day, but definitely can now. Grabbed me a pair. You know, kind of a wild shoe, but with runners kind of being the thing now, this is kind of like an OG runner for me that I really enjoy. It has these 3M little slits coming down the middle right here that I just paid attention to not too long ago because I've been wearing these a lot lately. They're so comfortable. Definitely. The technology that goes into it, I don't know if it's the same exact, but it definitely definitely looks the same. It might be slightly different, but definitely. Shoestring tips are really dope. Tuned since '98. Says it right here on the string. Really great. Really. This was like Nike Air Max coming up in Atlanta has always been a shoe where we've seen that year by year, especially in the 90s, late 90s, where a different one would take over the city by storm. It was the 97 at one time. This one, definitely the 95 Air Max, definitely. But I remember this one takes me back to childhood, definitely. Nike Air Max Plus 10s. Still in the world of Nike. Nike SB. Nike SB trainers. Came out in like 07. I didn't even know they had a white colorway. I want to say I was in Japan not too long ago, and I want to give a big shout out to Kicks in Japan, one of the dopest stores I got to check out. There's so many dope stores there, first of all, but I didn't get to check out a lot of them because I was on the rush. But Kicks was one of the ones I did get to go into, and that store is definitely one of the dopest sneaker stores I've ever been into because it is a retail store, but it also have a lot of old heat mixed in with the new heat, mixed in with everything, SBs, Vans, like it's anything you can think of shoes is there in Japan in Kicks And I remember seeing the black and even the blue and the red trainer, but I never seen the white. I maybe missed it, but definitely a clean shoe. Reminds me of the Fire Red 4s or the Morris Blackman 4s from Jordan. Cool shoe, man, clean shoe. Supreme collab, you already know I'm a big Supreme fan. And they have it down here at the bottom together. You put them together, it makes them word Supreme. What I'm looking at closely here, on the strap is kind of like a marble-ish, not necessarily metallic, but like just a real marble finish on the strap. It's different from the white leather on the sole. This netting right here is really cool, really cool. I haven't worn these yet, with 2 extra laces, red, black, come with your whites on the inside. The insole not too crazy. I'll give you guys a show for those who never really paid attention to the trainer collab done by Supreme and Nike SB. Supreme, I really want to give a big shout out to Supreme too. They've been working with brands forever, man. Really dope. Really dope. Really dope. Nothing too special, just Nike SB on the inside. Definitely. The back, real crazy. It looks like a netting, but it's like leather on leather almost, with like a net finish. Really great quality shoe. Really great quality shoe. If I'm not mistaken, the 3M part right here, it's a clean shoe. Clean shoe. Once again, a big shout out to Kicks in Japan. A big shout out to Nike SB, and definitely a huge shout out to Supreme. Really dope shoe. So, still in the world of Nike, the LeBron 12. First of all, big shout out to King James. Big shout out to LeBron. I mean, to be in basketball is not easy to just be successful as a player, but to also have a successful shoe line, 12 shoes in, I want to give a big shout out to him, and I feel good because I've been able to see each one be released. Like for those older cats who got to see the Jordan 1 in 85 and then the 2 in 87, you know, and onward, you know, just got to see each shoe and what that player was doing, see him playing it. I feel like that's how it is for me now, getting to see LeBron in the 1, 2, 3, and now all the way up to the 12. If I'm not mistaken, these are the NSRLs or whatever, based off of like it's 6 shoes that's coming out of 6 Meridians. I think it's gonna be the only one I'm really a fan of. The $1 Trillion Man looks pretty cool too, but this colorway is really dope. I've always been a fan of like Miami Dolphin type of colorway, and just for that teal and orange just looks really well together. This gray, I wish it was 3M. It's not, but it sits really well. I like the color placements on these, definitely. That charcoal, like almost blackish color, charcoal gray, kind of like it almost looks like a cement print, but not. On the inside of the check with the orange outline. I always say, Nike does really well with the color placements and color blocks. Really dope. The materials on here are like crazy. I will say that, I don't know, like I said, I haven't hooped in them. I have not hooped in them, but I wore them like as soon as I got them. I want to give a big shout out first of all, before I get any deeper into the details, to the Classic Ink. Definitely hook me up with these. Dope. Make sure you check them out on Instagram, the Closet Ink. But like I said, wearing them, good looking shoe, definitely on foot, very stylish, but it just feels heavy. It feels very heavy. So I don't know, I mean, don't get me wrong, like it's very cool, you know. It wasn't uncomfortable. Just very not something that I would look to hoop in every day. My personal opinion. Definitely. I'm gonna leave them out actually as I bring up my next shoe to give you a better idea. The Jordan 29. Now both of these shoes are like, the top of your food chain when it comes to basketball shoes or whatever, like as far as newest ones being out. But I will tell you that this shoe, to me, in my personal opinion, is the best basketball shoe of the year. To me, this is the future of basketball, and when I'm speaking from a technology standpoint, I'm not the biggest fan of the big Jordan sign on the side, but at the same time, it's not that bad. I want an all black pair. Like the designs and the details put into the shoe to make it happen is definitely dope. This is like one woven piece, all one, woven upper, and it's like a plate in here. It's so crazy. I don't know if you guys remember those strength shoes from back in the day with the extra heel part on the front. When you jump on this shoe and come back down, it feels exactly you can go right back up again. This is one of the best shoes I've ever played basketball in. It's light. It looks really, really good on foot. I honestly could tell you this is one of the best looking shoes on foot. It might not look that appealing on the wall, but I'm telling you, on foot, playing basketball, this shoe is the one. I'm putting this in my top basketball shoes of the year, guaranteed. And I got both of these at the same time. That's why I'm kind of comparing them, because LeBron, first of all, he's a basketball player. So this is a basketball shoe. But I would rather wear this shoe just going out per se, and then this shoe to play basketball in. It's just lighter, and it's just the sole. It's something in here. The way they set this up this time. I want a big shout out to Tinker. The technology put into the sole and just the jumping capability of this shoe is wonderful. Definitely, man. The Jordan 29 definitely is one of the best basketball shoes I've ever played basketball in. LeBron 12, like I said, I haven't played basketball in it yet, so I can't fully judge it 100%. But just for me walking around in the shoe all day, it's kind of heavy. Even holding them together next to each other's hand, like this is a heavy shoe. Definitely. So some people like that. So to each his own. But for me personally, I'm a fan of the lighter shoe. Protects the ankle because it's high enough. Like I said, great shoe, man. Very comfortable. You don't feel anything on it. Jordan 29, LeBron 12. Since we're in the world of Jordan, I want to throw a flag football game or something. But the Jordan 6 cleat, the Oreo 6 almost. That was my first time having a pair of cleats. Definitely has the Nike bottom. I just felt it'd be interesting to have. Definitely, if anybody's doing any type of football tournaments. I'm gonna give a shout out to the Closet Inc. again for these. Cool shoe. Definitely. Not bad in it. I'm not knocking anybody that rocks these to play football with, because I definitely would. Super nice leather materials on it too. Insole, very straight to the point, just white Jordan sign in the inside. Nothing too crazy. Still has the same features as a 6, We got a pull tab right here. Got the Jordan going across. Leather, 2 holes right here. Leather tongue. Clean. Not bad at all. Haven't tried them all yet, so haven't got a chance to, run a route or throw a pass in them. But not a bad shoe at all. Shout out to Jordan Brand Nike for this one. Moving forward, our Derek Jeter ones. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Chris Smokes once again for these. What I didn't know, I seen these were coming out, I was like, oh, that's cool, it's clean. I'm not the biggest fan of the color blue, but I didn't really look at the details on it. And he pulled up on me with the other shoes, and he pulled this one out. I was like, wow, I didn't know it had the gold accents on it. Alright, we got the Jeter on the tongue, the Jeter shield, whatever in gold, and the back it says respect. Now the number 2 on there to represent him. Let me show you this insole, super crazy. Like the pin straps going around the back. The old Jordan logo, you know, Air Jordan 1 logo, gold accent, Jordan sign in the back. This white sole is really clean. I heard a few people saying that this sole could have been gum. I don't know, I like the white. It represents the New York Yankees in the right, correct way. I'm a fan, definitely. This leather quality is crazy on here, but I gotta show you guys this insole. The respect, the gold twos going all through it. Clean, man. Real clean. Real clean. The only thing better you could ask for is if it came in like a crazy box or something like that, but you know, it's all good. And you know, we're not gonna complain. Just regular sneakerhead talk. Definitely. Materials are really nice on this too. Like, this is a really good leather. It's not just shiny type of leather. It's kind of more like it can take your wear and tear and scratches type of leather. Really dope. Really dope. This side has the respect on it also. Same insole as the other side. It's clean, man. I feel like if you're a New Yorker and definitely a Yankees fan, it's a very good shoe to have in your collection. The gold tips on the laces. Simple, but very clean. Sometimes, I'm a fan of everything. I like super clean, calm shoes, but I also like shoes with a lot going on also, as we all know. Definitely. Derek G the ones. Clean shoe. Once again, shout out to Chris Smokes, Private Stock Gallery, for keeping them laced.
Fantastic.
Last but not least, in the world of Jordan, I need a fresh pair of these. I thought I had caught a fresh pair off of eBay, but I didn't. Falling apart on me. I need Jordan Brand to re-release these, or somebody to sell me a DS pair that's not gonna fall apart on me, because man, I really want this. One of my favorite colorways in the Jordan 2s. We all know I'm a Jordan 2 fan. The white, black, and red Jordan 2 is my favorite Jordan of all time. But this is my second favorite, right? The black and chromes. I've always really wanted this shoe. I need a DS pair that I could wear a lot all the time, that I can break in myself. Please, somebody. Somebody hook me up, man. The Jordan Chrome 2s. This is one of my favorite shoes. It takes me back to, I remember one of my older friends, he had them, he wore them, busted them up, then he gave them to me, so I've always had a busted pair of Chrome 2s. I need a DS pair, clean, nobody's never worn Chrome 2s. Somebody please hook that up for you, boy. Definitely. So those have been my cops lately. Now we're getting ready to go holler at my special guest. Hey, stay tuned. Camp James. My main man Ludacris, and this episode once again I give you another special guest, another aspect of the sneaker community. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Boss man, what's going on?
What's going on, man? Jarrett Jack of the Brooklyn Nets. Just came, big fan of the show, man. Glad you had me on.
Nah, man, I definitely appreciate it, man. So let's get right into it, man. How long you been collecting outside? I know just in general playing basketball, you had to get basketball kicks, period. But for you, when is you think it was an actual collecting thing for you?
Man, it started at a very young age. I just noticed that kicks were a way to kind of show your personality without actually having to say something. So that was kind of my take with it. Going to school, they told me the first thing girls looked at was you and your sneakers. And for me, it was sort of a personal expression. And obviously me playing in the business of basketball, I had to try to look right good on the court.
Right.
But,
you gotta be right.
But when you go out there, I think your sneakers kind of try to express your personality as well as your game.
Right.
So
very true.
That was kind of my take with it.
Nah, that's what's up, man. What do you remember that first pair that you bought? It was you going everybody hey man,
You stunned it on everybody.
You know what's crazy, man? I've actually been getting shoes from Nike since I was about 15 years old. That they've kind of been sending me like for free. Like I was quote unquote a Nike athlete. But I remember at a young age, I always wanted to go left. I wanted to get the shoe that was dope, but not everybody had it. And the first shoe that was for me was the Bordeaux. I might have been in the 4th or 5th grade. And when I walked in or walked on the bus, everybody was like, nah, those ones. I don't know what Mike was thinking. About a week later, I'm starting to feel them now. So that was like a moment for me when I was young. You know what I mean? And now that's why the Bordeaux, no matter how many of them I buy, they just hold a special place with me.
Nah, I respect that. I definitely respect that. As far as just current, what is your favorite shoe? What was your, in the beginning, like, let's say like high school basketball leading into college, what was like more your favorite kind of style of Nike to hooping, should I say? Or just shoe period, actually?
For me, man, I was a huge Fab Five.
Okay.
So
I think we kind of all.
Yeah, they kind of had the up-tempo game on Smash.
Yep.
So, obviously I wanted to go out there and emulate those guys, what they were doing on the court, but they also added the element of looking fly, especially within the college ranks. So,
yes.
So many of the up-tempos, the Air Maestros.
Right.
In DC, we love the Air Bacons. We're a big foam posit community. I remember watching the national championship, Arizona and I think UConn or somebody, and I'm glued to the TV like, what are those shoes Mike Bibby has? And that was the first pair of foam posit ones, the all blue ones. Now that we all know of, but I was like, man, forget the game. What does this guy have on his feet? And that's when I knew at a young age that I was part of this sneakerhead culture. It sent a lot of my sneakers up to New York. I'm actually about to leave for training camp in a couple of days, so I still had some stuff left in the stash, some stuff that's still near and dear to me. So
what's up?
Starting off, I guess I'll start with these, man. These flight posits, man, the original colorway.
Keeping the DMV?
Yeah, well, I remember I was in the 10th grade in high school, and like I said, man, not everybody really understood this when they came out. The color is different.
I was one of those people.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this in DTLR. I looked at the price. I said, what is this? What is this shoe right here? I don't
man.
get it.
And I said, man, and the only thing I said, I'm going to rock this with a Saints jersey. I know what I'm going to do. No offense to all you ATL fans, but, and a very, very comfortable shoe. And it was another way of me expressing myself, being able to be different. And, obviously it was a attention gift. A lot of people were looking at your feet, so these were like ones
I remember my brother in New York had got the all black ones.
Yep.
And I was like, man, when I just heard how much they cost, I was like, dang, I don't get it yet. I didn't understand it yet or whatever. But nah, this is definitely a staple shoe.
Yeah.
Especially in the basketball game, just in general.
No question.
Definitely.
No question. So, these were ones, and also buying the ones that, that are, retros. It's sort of a way for you to relive your childhood.
Definitely.
Kind of recapture those moments.
Definitely.
Where you were at that point in time in your life, or what exactly you were doing.
So when these came out, what size were you wearing?
Same size, actually. I was one of them kids that was like wearing their age. I was 12, wearing a 12, that type of thing.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I finally, my height kind of caught up with my feet a little bit. So.
Gotcha. And then stopped.
Yeah. So then, it's another pair that, classic, near and dear to me, old school Pippins, man. Can't believe I used to play in them, like I was telling you.
Yeah.
It's a very, very heavy shoe. And one thing that people really don't realize when they bring these retro sneakers back out, the technology that your foot is now used to as they, gradually get it better and better and better, they don't put that in the retro. So when I try to hoop in a lot of these retros or, throwback sneakers, they kind of tend to hurt my feet a little bit.
Right.
So that was one thing.
Right.
That's one thing I was trying to tell Nike, like maybe y'all can implement the technology, but not take away from, the authentic part of the shoe.
Renovate the inside, keep the outside the same per se.
Right.
I get it.
But yeah, man, Scottie Pippen, quietly always kept a dope pair of sneaks. Even though he was in second in command with the other guy on his team.
Nah, definitely, man.
But he always brought a great pair out.
Yeah, I even like the more up tempos with the air on the side.
Yep.
That's my shoe right there.
Yeah, no question. That was another attention grabber.
Oh man, what? That black and white pair, man. Come on, man.
Yep.
Everybody, you walk in somebody's gym with them on, a new pair, man. Hey, pick him.
No question.
Nah, definitely. Moving forward,
personally, my most slept on pair of Jordans.
I don't even own these. I don't
Jordan
own these.
23s, man. And I actually, you know, I had them when I was young. Craftsmanship on them is amazing. The way they're woven into the leather.
Correct.
The solid wood trees with the Jordan logo on them. Very, very comfortable shoe. I love the bottom. You know, it's supposed to be like an imprint of his thumb.
Yeah.
First shoe, I think it had the, you know, carbon fiber going on with MJ. So
that's when they started really like,
yeah, man.
Starting with the actual new technology,
No question.
putting it into the Jordan shoe. Like, oh, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. Like,
dope
okay.
shoe, man. And I've always loved that stuff.
Have you ever played ball in the shoe?
I actually did, man. the all black ones.
Okay.
Back then. Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause, you know, with the white, you was like, man, if I step on the court wrong, somebody step on my shoe, they gonna mess up my shoe.
Problem.
So,
Nah, I feel it.
yeah, the
I
black
feel it.
ones. So that's what I used to do. And then, you know, last but not least, man, the Air Raids. You know, I was a big Fab Five Michigan fan. So the colorway spoke to me, you know, as soon as I saw them. And then just the concept of the shoe. You know, this was the one that Nike made exclusively just for outdoor. And most of us grew up playing on the playground before we were able to go into, you know, certain gymnasiums and things. And also the commercial. When they had the commercial with Tim Hardaway. And I think that's one of the things the game is missing right now. You know, to move a lot of product, if you put a great package or a presentation around it, it'll help the overall just segue of the shoe. So that was the one thing that I always loved about, you know, the Air Raids. Not just the black and gray ones or the ones with the African kente cloth looking stuff around the back, but you know, all flavors of it. And you see on the back, you know, it says for outdoor use only.
That's one of the dopest things. Like I said, this was the first colorway in the Air Raids I ever bought. Definitely, this is a shoe. I was just thinking about it today when I was at Champs. They had the black royal blue strap pair. I was like, man, this should just take me back.
No question.
I was telling my home guy, I was like, man, it's a new navy blue pair with the yellow on it.
Yep.
She didn't know what I was talking about. She's young. You know, like, hey, man, this the shoes right here, man. Nike Air Raids. Definitely the technology from the Jordan 8. So it's pretty cool. I mean, Nike know what they be doing, man. Nike, really dope thing, man. Really dope thing. Nah, definitely, man. Well, hey, man, we definitely appreciate you being on the show, my G. Much blessings. Kill it this season, man. And we want to take a look at that sneaker closet when you get everything together and get settled in.
All right.
Definitely.
I appreciate you having them on the show, but you know, when I come into other people's houses, I make sure I definitely come bearing gifts. So
okay.
This is something from my guys over at Shrine. You know what I mean? They have a book bag designed especially just for sneakers. You know, you break this thing open, and you know, you got your setup already. You got 2 pairs of shoes that could go on each side. Also, with the flip over, you can put an outfit or whatever you need to do. Multiple zippers for, you know, a guy like you, your iPod, your headphones, all that sort of thing. And then, you know, around the back, they got the zipper in case you got hats and all that. Put the hats underneath, and then, you know, you seal it like that. And I thought a nice touch, but they used the Tiffany SB string from the SB. So, man, appreciate you for having me, man.
Hey, I appreciate you.
The
I
great
could use this, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
Nah, I appreciate it, boss, man. Once again, this has been Camp James.
Yes, sir.